my name is Sofia Relosa. Thank you so much for playing this video. Our topic today is all about the wealth stars in your patchy chart and natal chart and your luck pillar. Okay, this was actually a question that I sent by Miss Joanne, and it's very interesting. It's actually a good question, and most of the time, this is something that most people, especially if you're starting to read a patchy chart, this is the misconception when it comes to the wealth stars. Alright, so I'll read the question, and if you're watching this in English, I will translate. Okay, the question, I'll be flashing the question on the screen, and then I will yes, translate. Okay, so good evening, ma'am. I'm an enthusiast. Nag-study din po ako ng BaZi. I had sample charts ng siblings na wala po silang wealth stars sa chart nila. And first 2 decades, wala din. Ito, in reality, di po sila rich yung family. Ibig sabihin, kapag may wealth stars, sa chart medyo may kaya. 2, may sample din po ako yung young kids na first 2 decades na may wealth star, talagang mayaman yung family. So what does this mean? So if you're listening in English, it's actually a question about, because she's studying the patchy chart of siblings. She's trying to interpret that, and one thing that she noticed is that there are wealth stars in their chart. And then looking at the reality, these siblings are wealthy, right? And then there are some, however, there is one that's actually not wealthy, and if upon checking, there is no wealth stars in their chart. And lastly, there is also, she's trying to study 2 kids. I think these kids are a part of the family, and both the kids have wealth stars in their chart. And because of this observation, she concluded that because of the wealth stars that you can find in a patchy chart, this automatically means that you are wealthy. Okay, so I'll give you an example. I know this person, actually an acquaintance. She's a female, and she has few wealth stars in her chart. All right. True enough, come 23rd, on her 23rd birthday, she came across this opportunity, and she was able to maximize it well, and she became really wealthy. Okay. However, 3 years later, she had to file for bankruptcy and lost her home and several properties. And right now, she's no longer an entrepreneur, and now working for an online company. So what does this mean? Okay, she has, just to give you a background, she has direct wealth in her natal chart, and at the same time, her luck pillar. So if we're going to interpret wealth stars like that, the way we traditionally read wealth stars, this should indicate that this person shouldn't have gone through any bankruptcy, right? Or shouldn't have gone through any difficulties or totally lost everything that you worked hard for. Okay, so that's why this needed some clarification. When we look at or see a direct wealth or indirect wealth in somebody's natal chart, this only means the person finds having wealth, achieving wealth, something that's important to their being. It's something that they aspire for, and it's something that they feel that it would make them happy. Okay, achieving something, financial growth is something that they're looking forward to, and it's something that's important to them. And because it's important to them, they end up working hard. They end up working harder than usual, or the others, or than other people around them. They end up looking for opportunities that they can actually maximize. And this makes them more opportunistic than the rest. Okay, doesn't mean, however, that this indicates wealth. It just means that they're willing to do what it takes in order to achieve something that they actually want to have. Right? So when someone doesn't have any wealth stars in their chart, this only indicates wealth is not something that is important to them. Probably what's important to them is their spouse, their family, the relationship, spirituality, and so on and so forth. It just doesn't mean, though, that without any wealth stars in their natal chart, doesn't mean they have no chances of achieving wealth. Alright, I hope that's clear. The indirect wealth in any natal chart just indicates the kind of personality a person has. Alright, when we look at, if we see however, if we, however, see indirect wealth or direct wealth in the luck pillar, this only means that there are opportunities coming your way. It just indicates timing of opportunities. The question now is, will you do something about it? Will you do activities that will actually sustain the opportunities? Will you actually do activities that would push you to make the opportunities grow further? Right? As the saying goes, getting rich is easy, staying rich is the hardest, because staying rich requires education, requires mentoring, requires being surrounded with the right people, hiring the right people, and so on and so forth. Okay, so it's what happened is just a coincidence. It just means that there are people that are so driven to achieve wealth in their life. It just doesn't mean that you are going to have wealth and be able to sustain wealth. All right, I hope that clarifies. As a matter of fact, for period 9, the wealth stars aren't indirect wealth and direct wealth. It's already a different element. Okay, so if you want to learn more about that, you can actually attend my courses. I have upcoming the Fundamental of Wealth. This is aligned for period 9. Okay, so that gives you a clue. Indirect wealth or direct wealth doesn't necessarily mean it's automatic that you become wealthy. It just means that you're much more driven and motivated by money or by achieving wealth or financial growth. Alright? Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned something today. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!